If your child is doing their homeschool reading program online, how do you know what types of books they have access to? With thousands of books included in many of these online programs, there's no way you can possibly review them all. If only there was a way to decide which types of books to exclude from the library. Well, actually, there is. Lightsail is a complete online literacy program designed specifically for homeschoolers that has extensive child safety controls for parents. It's a reading and language arts program that I think you might like. So let's take a look together. If you just go to the Lightsail website, you might be overwhelmed and thinking, what is this all about? I know I was when I first looked at it. It looks pretty confusing. And to be honest, I debated about even making this video because I knew it was going to take a lot of work. But I just really wanted to review this program and find out if it was worth it or not. So I'm going to do my best to make it easy to understand. The first thing you will want to do is sign up for their free trial. They offer a 7-day free trial, and you don't even need to give them any of your credit card info, which is a rare find and something I really appreciate. They do offer a 5% discount if you purchase the program without going for the free trial, but I'm all about testing things out before you commit, so I recommend that you do the free trial. If you do end up purchasing the program, they do also offer a 90-day money-back guarantee, which is pretty awesome as well. As far as pricing goes, they have it broken out by age group. For the younger kids, this program is $10 a month. For kids ages 8 to 18, it's $9.95 a month for the standard program and $15 a month for premium. You can, of course, save a bit by purchasing a full year up front. For the purposes of this video, we'll be looking at the premium plan for kids from ages 8 to 18. So when you first sign up, this is what you're going to see. I know it looks a little hard to understand, but we're going to break it down so it all makes sense, or at least as much sense as I can make of it. Before we look at all the settings and everything you can do, let's just go over the basics. We'll start by looking at this from the parent's point of view. Later, we'll log in and view the program as a student. Over on the left of the screen are a bunch of different options. Home is where we are now. We'll come back to this later in the video. Library is where you can find all of the books that are included with the program. So this is probably the most important tab to pay attention to. In addition to the library of books to read, they also have audiobooks, a World Book Encyclopedia, biographies, unit studies, and more. If we click on books, this opens a whole bunch of new options. If you're worried about seeing this huge library of books and wondering what your child will have access to, don't worry. One of the best things about Lightsail is their extensive child safety controls, so you can decide which types of books to include. I'll show you all about how to do that later in the video. So you can see there are a ton of options here. If we browse the books, you may notice this child safe icon on some of them. These are books that will require parent approval before your child will be able to read it. If you see a book you want your child to read, you can click on it and then add it to a list or create an assignment. We'll get into that more later. You can also hide a specific book here. But there are settings I'm going to show you so you can restrict books without having to go to each specific book. If you go to videos, you can also make certain videos unavailable for your child to watch. Or you can add a specific video to their list or share the link in the chat with your child. Back to the items on the left. Here is the reading tab. Reading goals is where you can set the weekly reading goal for your child. We'll get into all those settings later. Same with reading milestones. Unit studies is where you can find all the information if you want to do unit studies. Click here to see all the different choices. See one you like? Just click on it and then click here to add to unit studies and then make adjustments and assign it to your children. Below you can see all the books, videos, and more that are included. The book list section is where you can create a book list or use one of the Lightsail book lists. To create a book list, you just click on Add New List. Then, when you're reviewing books in the library, you'll be able to add them to your book lists. If you want to use one of the Lightsail book lists, find one you like and then click on Save as My Book List. In the Reading tab, you can also see what your child is currently reading, their reading history, badges, and the reading grade book. My Child's Data is where you can view your child's Lightsail growth. The Lightsail framework for reading is a scientific approach for measuring both reading ability and the text complexity of reading materials on the same developmental scale. Educators use Lightsail measures to match students with text, putting them on the path to success. This is what Lightsail uses, so you'll see a lot of references to it in this program. You can also see information on any assessments your child has taken, totals, and a calendar here. The writing section shows you what your child has written, and it's also where you'll go to grade their writing assignments. There is a vocabulary tab here, and I have to admit I had absolutely no idea what a close was, so I had to look it up. Basically, it's a test of reading comprehension that involves having the person being tested supply words which have been systematically deleted from a text. So that's going to be part of the Lightsail program. And here is where you can see data related to that. There's some other information here that you can view related to vocab as well. The last tab here on the left is fluency. You can create a read aloud assignment here. You can also view your child's reading fluency data here. The chat button here is where you can chat with your child. The show favorites button on the bottom is where you can either show or hide your favorites. You can save favorites by clicking the star on anything for quick access. Okay, so now before I show you all the parent settings, I just want to show you how Lightsail is going to look from the child's perspective. Here is the main screen that your child will see when they log on to Lightsail. The first time they log on, there will be a power challenge to complete, which will help Lightsail to determine their reading level. Up top here, it shows which reading mode they are currently in. Lightsail will alternate between power text time and regular reading mode. So they need to read one of the power texts first before being able to read something of their own choosing. This is how Lightsail is able to recommend books aligned to their current reading level. You can turn this option off if you like. Books they are currently reading, assignments, and more info are over here. All of the tabs on the left are the same as for the parent account, except with fewer options. They can browse the library and choose books to read. If they choose one that requires parent approval, they can click on Request Approval to read. If they choose a book that doesn't require approval, they can just start reading. Let's pick a book to read. Your child can just flip through the book and read, or they can activate this personalized reader mode. They can also change the font size and have the book read out loud. Over here are additional features that your child can access. Okay, I know it's taken a while to get to, but now we're finally going to look at those important parent settings. So let's log back in as the parent. Here on the home screen, you'll see the information for your child or children if you have multiple children signed up. Click on the settings here, and there are a bunch of different things to review. Just click on the first one, and it will bring up all the settings. General settings over here has display settings if you're interested in making any adjustments. My Reader will change the book view from horizontal to vertical. Faith-based content allows you to turn this on or off. If you turn it on, you'll have the opportunity to choose which faiths to include. Child settings has a whole bunch of options here. Change your child's login info and grade level here. Click the struggling reader box here if applicable. Turn tournaments on or off here. Add a child bio here if you want. Enable the power challenge here, or manually enter your child's Lightsail score. Turn Spanish content or World Book headlines on or off. And if I keep scrolling here, you can see the other settings you have available. My Account is where you can update your plan information. Last, but definitely not least, is the Child Safe Content Controls. This is where you can make all those choices to decide which types of books to include in the program. And this is where I think Lightsail really stands out compared to other online reading programs. So here are the choices you can make. Up top here are some basic settings, but I really want to draw your attention below to the Child Safe Content Matrix. And these are the default settings. I haven't changed any of this yet. So everything in green is currently allowed, and everything in red is blocked. And you can go through this and change it however you like to best suit your needs. And as I've said in other videos, I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't include. We don't all have to agree on what types of books are appropriate for children. What's important here is that you as the parent get to make these decisions. And I think that's very important, whether you choose to allow all the books or not. Allowing parents to be the ones to make that decision is wonderful, in my opinion. Now that I've given you an overview of Lightsail for homeschool, it's that part of the video where I tell you what I like and what I don't like about the program. We'll start with what I like. Well, as I've mentioned already, I really like the child-safe content controls. And not just for hot button issues like religion or gender identity. For instance, my daughter really doesn't like hearing about death. So if I wanted, I could turn off all content that deals with death. I also like all the tools they give you with the program. Being able to create book lists and share them with your kids, the unit studies, the encyclopedia, and all of the different settings you can adjust allows you to really customize this program to meet your family's unique needs. And as for what I don't like about the program, well, for starters, I just don't like how complicated it is. Even after spending hours watching videos and testing out the program so I could make this video for you, I'm still not sure I understand everything. So that's one drawback, but I'm hoping this video can help you with that a little bit. I also noticed some features that didn't quite work right. For instance, if you choose to browse books by subject, most of the categories it just says no books found, which doesn't seem right. I also had issues with my child's login not working. Customer service is available to chat from 8 to 4 Eastern Standard Time, and they were very helpful. But it was frustrating when this happened during a time when they were not online. Okay, so I think that's everything I can show you about the Lightsail online reading program for homeschool. If you sign up for the free trial, there are a lot of videos for parents explaining the program that go into a lot more detail than I was able to in this video. If you've tried this program or have recommendations for other great programs, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.